Hi Virgo, it's Becky and welcome to your December 2017 AngelScope Love Focus. We're going to be using our Wheel of the Year Tarot like I usually do. Beautiful deck, lots of lovely colors and images and quite chatty too. Then if we need clarification, I have my trusty Rider-Waite deck here. To crown the reading today, we definitely will be hearing from Archangel Michael because he is wanting to speak to us this month. Then we'll be also pulling a card from the Romance Angels Oracle cards. And if we do need any kind of extra clarification, we will be pulling from messages from your angels. Right now, I've already shuffled the cards and I have created the sacred space. Before we get started, just to let you know, we'll be doing the 5-card spread like we usually do for relationships. And this will be about whoever is in your mind as you come to the reading today. And if it's no one in particular, just know that you already have a soul connection with your one. And so even if they haven't manifested in the 3D in your life, you are connected to them on that soul plane. So the energies that you see today may help you figure out how to tweak your vibrational set point so you can bring this person into your life. Those of you who already have someone in mind, it doesn't have to be a formal relationship. It can just be someone that you think about from time to time, someone that caught your eye. So it can be the whole gamut of relationship and love. Also, remember to take what you will and leave the rest from the reading today, because not all these energies will apply to you, Virgo. Some of them may actually apply to other Virgos who find the channel. Okay, so keep that in mind. And as I always say, you always have free will. It is your divine right and gift from Father, Mother, God. So it's your choice whether you wish to work with our energies today or choose other ones for yourself. So let's get going. All right, angels, we are reading for Virgo for the month of December 2017, Love Focus. And the first card, angels, could you give us information about the general situation between Virgo and the object of their desire? Okay, thank you, angels. Angels, how does the object of Virgo's desire feel about Virgo? The object of Virgo's desire feel about Virgo. Nope, that's me. That's not them. That's me. The object of Virgo's desire. How do they feel about Virgo, angels? One card. Thank you. Well, that's 2, but I guess we'll go ahead and take them. Angels, what about Virgo? How does Virgo really feel about this object of their desire? Thank you. Angels, are there any obstacles? If so, what are the obstacles to a relationship forming? Thank you. And angels, what is the outcome or advice that you wish to give us today? All right. So let's turn our cards over. We've got 2 in the second position. So I'm just going to leave them there and we will look at them one by one. Okay, and I believe that lines up when you're able to see those. Okay, in position number 1, we have the Princess of Swords, which is kind of like a Page of Swords, so to speak, in this deck anyway. In position 2, we have one of the major energies of the Tarot, which is the World, number 21. And we also had pop out, almost stuck to it, the King of Pentacles. So we'll be talking about those in tandem. In position 3, we have 6 of Wands. Beautiful card. Position 4, the 4 of Cups. And in position 5, one of my all-time favorite cards to pop out, the 2 of Cups. Beautiful card. So let's get going here. All right, so we asked the angels to give us an information about the general situation, and in position 1, they did that. If we see this Princess of Swords, who is also the Page of Swords in more traditional decks, you can see that she is sitting here, and she's looking out with her glass into the basically out into whatever is in front of her, into the landscape in front of her, into the view in front of her. Now, this particular card, I see it either usually as messages or as energies. So let's look at it as messages. If the Princess or Page of Swords is looked at as a message card, we can say that messages may be exchanged between the two of you, rapid fire, because swords are a rapid energy, and they're very verbal. Swords are basically very verbal communication and swift communication. Sometimes they can be a little bit blunt, but generally speaking, it's a fast-moving energy, and people are being upfront and honest with one another most of the time when we have this Page of Swords. And generally, I don't read reversals unless they just fall out that way by accident, but generally I don't. So sometimes if the Page of Swords occurs, it could be that someone is not exactly speaking their truth, but it looks like to me, and I feel from the rest of the spread, that everyone is enjoying this rapid fire communication. It could be text, it could be, verbal over the phone, however, email, however it is, in person even. And this particular Page of Swords delivers those messages quickly. Now, if it's an energy, like I said, it's a very verbal, verbose, fast-moving energy. Now, in this particular deck, she is looking out to the landscape in front of her, trying to get an eye toward the future, maybe trying to figure out, what's coming toward her, or where she's going to go or focus her energy next. But generally speaking, it's a fast-moving energy. So the general situation between you guys is one of a lot of verbal exchange. And it's probably on a very honest level at this point. People seem to be speaking clearly. Communication seems to be clear. It seems to be rapid. So I would say there's a lot of verbal exchange, whether it's voice, text, email, or in-person conversations being sort of surrounding you and this other person, the object of your desire. And if indeed you are not coming to the reading today with someone in mind, then keep your eye out, is what this card is telling you, because you've already got that soul connection somewhere out there in the ether. And I just feel like she's trying to connect. She's trying to connect somehow energetically with someone. And so I have a feeling this is advising you to keep your eye open, keep focused, keep a laser beam of light between your soul and the other person's soul out there in the ether somewhere, and that's how you will draw them to you. Now, in how the other person feels about you, Virgo, how do they feel about you? Well, Spirit has given us two cards. This is the higher energy, and we're going to focus on that one first. This is the World, and it is the higher energy because it's one of the major arcana. That is a term in the tarot that means one of the more important energies that can be life-changing, and they speak to rites of passage and new chapters and things like that, big energies occurring. The World is an interesting card because sometimes it can mean, well, on its surface, it can mean travel. It can mean movement in that respect and travel. But on a different level, it means that you have traveled a long way in your life. You've started out at 0 and you are now at 21, so to speak, on your life path. And you've learned a lot, and you somehow are completing some particular phase of your journey by achieving the World and arriving at stepping stone 21. You have come to the end of some part of the journey where you have learned your lessons, you've experienced the experiences, and now you've completed that. You've completed that. And since we're talking about the other person, I just heard a message and I'm going to deliver it. I don't know if it applies to everybody, but this person is the person that you are thinking about or considering or in relationship with, or somehow we're out on the ether and they've come to the end of a part of their journey where they are now ready to show up as the king. And what I mean by showing up as the king, before they weren't mature in their approach to love. But they've lived all those other experiences. And I'm getting angel bumps a little bit, so I know that I'm on the right track. They've lived a lot of experiences in life, and they've been a lot of places, not just physically, but through their life path, through their maturation process. And now they are showing up for you, Virgo, as the King of Pentacles, which to me is just a delicious king. Why do I say that? Well, because they're mature and they're ready for a stable love. And so how do they feel about you? Well, they feel like they're ready for you, number one, because of what I just said. But they also feel like that you are ready for them. They feel like you have traversed a long journey in your life, whether not in time. It can be a matter of just a few years, but you've matured and you're ready and you're stable, and they see you as that. And you're seeing them as that as well. You're seeing them as that as well. Why do I say that? Well, because this card, the Six of Wands, represents how you see them. And you see them as your victory, your own personal victory. Yes, I've arrived. Yes, they are my one. Woohoo! I am victorious. I finally reached this victory stage. And that's literally what this means. You've traversed the landscape. You see them as your personal victory, and they see you as someone they can go the distance with because they have matured and they see you as ready as well. So basically with these three cards together, you both see each other as ready and able to show up in love in a mature and grounded and thoughtful way. And there is quite a bit of excitement on your part, Virgo, I have to say. Whether they know how you feel, the excitement you're feeling, I don't know, but you're both kind of arriving at the same place along that path, which is good. Now, in position 4, we ask the angels, what are the obstacles to any relationship developing, up-leveling, manifesting? And we have the energy of the Four of Cups. Now, in this particular deck, we've got the 4 cups here, and they're being filled up with rain. And whilst it's raining, this young lady is looking out at these gray skies, and she's ruminating. She's got her little kitty cat there, and they're both looking out, and, it has a bit of a melancholy to it, but it has a bit of, just not, I don't know. I just heard it's kind of like bringing forth things from the past to cloud the situation. Yes, thank you, angel. So what I want you to remember, Virgo, if you are to achieve this victory and this beautiful, beautiful relationship with this other person, then what you need to remember, Virgo, is to let go of overthinking, let go of worrying about repeating whatever occurred in your past. Let that go, or at least set it down and adopt a positive way of thinking to yourself, as well as your self-talk, I think is what I'm trying to say. Don't sit and ruminate and worry about, what if it rains on this? What if my 4 cups, what if they fill up with rain and it becomes gray and cloudy after I am so excited. Yes, I've met this one, and oh my gosh, she's lovely and delicious, and he feels the same way about me, he, she, it doesn't matter, he, she, whatever the genders, it doesn't matter. Oh, and we get along just fine. We're having a lot of conversation. But this sword, remember, carries the possibility of bluntness and cutting energy. And so what I want you to remember, Virgo, is hold a positive thought. Resist the urge to go down a trail that leads you to worry and in some ways visioning, a worst case scenario. Just resist that. Hold positive energy. Remember this, that's how you're feeling about the other person, and they're feeling very positive about you as well, beautifully positive about you as well, Virgo. So, and the other person too, if they start to, they may be worrying as well, although you can't really know, or maybe you do, but probably you don't. So this is really speaking to you. Hold the victory of this card in your mind and resist dragging in old things from the past to cloud your view of what's going on now. And it may even be someone from the past that's coming back, that has come back, and you're very excited and you think, oh, this is so great. So remember that. That's just a little bit of word of a little bit of a cautionary tale. Now, in the last position, what is the outcome and advice? Look at this, my dear Virgo. The Two of Cups. This is a soul union. It's a soul connection between two souls who literally were made for one another. Beautiful Two of Cups. With the other cards, sometimes it can even speak to, to a formal relationship. It can be a marriage in the legal sense. It can be a relationship like a marriage. But nonetheless, it is heart-to-heart connection. These souls are just enveloped in this beautiful light that has drawn them together. And it's such a blessing, this kind of an energy between you, Virgo, and this other person is so beautiful. And this is indeed an outcome if everyone just leaves whatever in the past, and not to overthink anything, not to overthink it, just move with the positive flow of energy and leave whatever this stuff is, leave it be, because you have this, right in front of you. Okay, and I'm going to actually take a clarifier on the Four of Cups. Angels, what does the Four of Cups mean for Virgo? What is the Four of Cups? It's the it's the warning card. What would you like to, angels? Would you like to tell Virgo, angels, Virgo on the Four of Cups? Virgo on the Four of Cups. Virgo, Four of Cups. There it is. Okay, good. Thank you, angels. Let's see what they're saying. Okay. All right. I just heard. Okay, so we said the Four of Cups are here, and the clarifying card is the Queen of Swords. What did I just hear? Okay. There's a lot of things coming to me, and I'm going to try to make sense of it all because they're all kind of swirling around. But something I'm hearing is someone involved in this relationship might be afraid to speak their truth, or someone's afraid of communicating somehow. Someone's afraid of bluntness, of being too blunt, or someone has been too blunt, or someone's afraid of that this will deteriorate into some kind of cutting, what do I want to say, cutting arguments, so to speak, or verbal exchanges that are unpleasant. This sword is cutting, yes, but she beckons whoever's in front of her beckons them forward, but she will not stand for any BS. So this rumination here, maybe because somebody feels the other person might be BSing them, but the advice here is to speak truth always. Don't worry about whatever it is. Just be honest and clear in your goal, what feels right to you, what you need in a relationship, and also in your communication with this other person. And now we've got the Page of Swords and the Queen. So it seems like there may... I just heard some of you feel like it's moving too fast. And it scares you because you're afraid it's going to go too fast and end up like this, okay? So just know, take your time, find your own pacing, and let it develop on its own. Speak truth, bring truth, show integrity, and that's going to help you, Virgo, manifest this. Beautiful reading. Virgo, I want to thank you for joining me today. It was such a pleasure to read for you. And before I sign off, I promised you we would pull 2 cards from the angels, and we're going to, from Archangel Michael. So let's go ahead. Archangel Michael, we have a very there he goes. Interesting reading for Virgo. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Romance Angels, Virgo is here with me, and we would like a final word. There it is. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the Romance Angels. Wow. All right, Virgo, it tells me here the angels are saying very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And this is probably what's going on here. What do you want, Virgo? Clearly decide so that it comes to you now. Archangel Michael is coming in and he says, Virgo, do not worry. Do not worry. Do not let your heart be troubled because God is in charge. And Archangel Michael says, well, there's actually a prayer that's featured on this card. He's not saying it, but it's a prayer. And it says, Dear God, you could say Father, Mother God, God, Source, Creator, whatever word you want to use there is fine. Dear God, please help me to let go of this situation, giving it in faith. Remember what I said, let go of that. Giving it in faith and trust to your divine wisdom and infinite love in order to resolve and heal. Remember we talked about there may have been some harsh energy that needs to be healed. And heal everything and everyone involved. Because that, my dear Virgo, is on offer to you. Whoa, I got a big chill on that one. Virgo, that was a very interesting reading. I want to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate. I am offering as a gift this month a reduced price reading for 30 minutes and also gift certificates. And you can find that information in the box below. Thank you for joining me. I wish you peace and richest blessings. And of course, Virgo, great love beyond your wildest dreams. And so it is. And so we let it be.